What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to another post-commentary duel video. We've got Orcust, Danger Orcust versus Pure Mekk Knight. Now, I haven't done a Pure Mekk Knight, anything regarding Pure Mekk Knight in quite some time, because with Brilliant Fusion getting banned, a few months ago, and Grinder Golem going with it, a lot of the plans I had for the deck have completely been, just unusable because of the ban list. But in the past couple weeks, putting a lot of effort into this deck on stream and testing it out, I've proven to have a pretty successful build up to this point. And so far, really happy with it. It's made quite a turnaround. The results, a few weeks prior were pretty bad, and then made a few slight changes, and now it's running a lot better. And really can say that I'm pretty happy about the place that it's in. I'll probably be getting an updated deck profile for you guys very soon. And of course, you can see me playing against my brother on the right, who's playing Danger Orcust. So shout out to him for being able to pilot all of these other decks in times of need, because I can't always record at locals, although I'm going to be, I know I've said this in the past, I'm going to be trying to set it up as soon as possible. It's not as easy as it sounds to just go and do it, but it might be. I don't know. It's just one of the things, just getting there and doing it and making it happen, and setting everything up, and aligning a schedule with that in mind, I guess. But yeah, so Danger Orcust here, it's still one of my top favorite decks right now, to be honest, because it's such a really powerful and versatile deck and what it can do. I think it has great plays when having to go first, as well as going second, because going second, it can just go right into Boral Sword and put on tons of damage in OTK, or it can go into cards like Bomber Dragon, or Trisbania going first. And soon, when we get the counter trap, we'll be able to set up boards of 2 to 3 negations easily with your new counter trap that we're going to be able to search. And I've actually been testing Orcust a lot recently with a future build. Same thing with Mermail. Testing future builds of them, playing, Post-Art Neostorm with Orcust, and then playing Mermail with Marincess Link and Abyssalacian. I've been loving them both a lot. And I think just Orcust just gets so much stronger with the counter trap and Ningirsu. It just opens up a different play style. Your going first plays with Orcust change from being able to have to go from, Long Girsu Bomber to spending to like, Orcustrion, Savage Dragon, and a set, Climax, because at that point you have 1 to 2 to possibly 3 negations with the Orcustrion there, being able to, sort of be a roadblock for your opponent if they go into the extra deck. And then Ibli on top of that, which is just really powerful overall. So, in my opinion, I think the deck only gets better once Art Neostorm comes and goes. Same thing with Mermail. Once we get the Marincess stuff, it's gonna change the deck a little bit, in my opinion, for the better. But also, while he assembles this board here, real quick shout out, as always, to our sponsor over at Imperium Duelist. If you guys want to pick up any sleeves or playmats or dice or calculator holders of things of that nature, just gaming accessories, you can do so by checking them out down in the link in the description. You can use that discount code for 10% off. I know the whole ruling change that's been enacted about sleeves, playing, of course, effect sleeves at regional level events and higher are not going to be allowed. Not that they ever really were. I guess it just sort of depended on the event. For more casual play and like locals play, depending on your locals, of course, I would say they're probably okay. I would just make sure you check with whoever runs the locals first, because like I said, for more casual play, I'd say they're all right. But if you want to pick up like non-effect sleeves, they sell some great non-effect sleeves like we're using on the Orcust deck there, the purple ones, some of my favorite actually. And speaking of favorite, I think one of the most enjoyable things I've done this entire match was that mind control on that Bomber Dragon right there. And just even better to have the Ibli on my field as well, to be able to link it away just right into an Underclock Taker. And luckily I have another card to set underneath the Underclock Taker there to summon out the Indigo. Now, with Indigo being there, obviously Long Girsu becomes a bit of a threat, correct? So he could just use its effect, since he does have the field spell, to send that linked monster to the graveyard. But luckily I have Iron Dragon Timeaton here, which I can special summon them from my hand if 3 or more cards are in the same column. And I will summon it in that zone, destroy the Longirsu. Now, he could have chained Longirsu to send the Indigo to the graveyard, but I could just simply chain Indigo's effect to move it out of the way. So therefore, it would no longer be linked, and then it would just not get sent to the graveyard. And then I go right into Borrelsword, and then I just summon BLS. And this game takes a turn for the worst as quickly as you would expect it to. Well, maybe not expect it to. That was just a really fast change of events. That board was broken pretty easily. Unfortunately for him, though, did not open up any other back row like Solemn Strike, which would have been a much better enforcer to stop my field. Had he had Strike, he would have been in business, I would say. And if I didn't have Mind Control, if I didn't get that lucky in top deck on Mind Control, I probably would have been in a pretty rough spot, because I think playing Mekk Knights into that board is very, very difficult, as you might be able to understand. It's just going to be really, really tough trying to set up columns and all this stuff with all his Orcust monsters and their effects and stuff, and any back row he might have. Just could be prove to be a big problem. Now, of course, he's going to have to make me go first, because if there's one sort of advantage you could give yourself in a Mekk Knight matchup is make that deck go first, because they inherently thrive off of you playing cards. Just because of the lack of the ability to resolve a card like Mekk Knight Blue Sky. Just a very, very solid strategy all around. So I get started with Phantom Sky Blaster, summon 1 token, make it into Link Spider, and then use Link Spider's effect to summon a Avram from hand. Now, I've been really loving the Link Spider and Avram play in the main deck. I'm also playing Unexpected Die as well, to be able to tutor out cards like Mekk Knight Avram just for free at the start of my turn. And just go into Link Spider, and then perhaps summon another Avram, and then use Link Spider to summon it, and there you go, you're right into Morningstar, which gets you your trap card, just like it has here. And this trap card is very, very potent. Can provide up to like nearly 3 monster negations here, and especially since I have a Mekk Knight monster in this extra monster zone, and the possibility of me being able to get another Mekk Knight in that other extra monster zone could be a huge possibility, especially when I have Purple Nightfall here, which is going to grab me Indigo Eclipse, I believe, because Indigo and the World Legacy Secrets trap card, the one that I search off Morningstar, is just a really solid combo, because that trap card states that any effect that is activated in the zone or the same column that a Mekk Knight monster is in that you control, that effect is negated completely. So it's just such a really good card, especially with Indigo being able to move itself or any other Mekk Knight to a different zone, is really strong, especially when you pair that with a card like Morningstar that says any Mekk Knight monster that you control that battles a monster that is not in the same zone or a column as it, you take no battle damage, and your monster cannot be destroyed by battle. It's just such a great effect all around. So right now, I have the potential to essentially negate 2 monster effects here. I was going to link away the Morningstar and the Indigo into perhaps some other link 3, maybe make a Spectrum Supreme, but I figured that wouldn't be the best idea, simply because I'd still have that Phantom Sky Blaster there, which I was unfortunately not able to get rid of in sort of a fashionable manner. But it's not that big of a deal. So he starts off by setting 1, normal summoning the Harpor, and then getting started with a Jackalope in hand. So I think that this field, as far as he's concerned, is going to be pretty tough to break, as I hit that World Wand out of his hand from the Jackalope. So the Jackalope will come down, he'll get to draw. And right now I basically have the ability to negate anything in his extra monster zone, because I do have a Purple Nightfall in my graveyard that I can revive off of that World Legacy Secrets that I have set. And of course, any card like Galatea or Summon Sorceress, or any Mekk Knight Mekk Knight monster, but Orcust Link monster that he tries to put there to activate, I could just simply negate. And then there's just really nothing you can do about the trap card. And if he tries to make Nightmare Phoenix, you might be able to guess what happens. But he resolves 2 danger monsters here, a Jackalope and a Dogman, and a Foolish Burial as well. So this is just a very tricky situation to be in. I've sort of contemplated watching this over and review a few times how this board could be broken. Not that it's just an insane board. It's rather simple in its design as far as Mekk Knights are concerned. It's the Indigo and World Legacy Secrets, you know, sort of combo that's kind of hard to deal with, especially when I have control of this other extra monster zone. And I also have one other set back row here. So, as you would expect, Nightmare Phoenix comes down because he's going to try to clear one of these back row. He knows that I at least have that trap card set. So Nightmare Phoenix trying to resolve here, and of course on the summon says I don't want to lose that other back row, or on the effect activation rather, I'm going to use World Legacy Secrets to summon out that level 5 or higher from my grave. Happens to be a purple Nightfall. Perfect setup. And now the Nightmare Phoenix is negated completely, and so is anything else that he decides to put there. Because of the arrow scheme of, you know, Phoenix, he can't make another link underneath it. Yes, he does have plenty of Orcust plays in his graveyard to make, but ideally he's gonna need an extra deck monster of some sort to clear this this trap card, because if he doesn't see a card like Twin Twister or some other, you know, main decked form of back row removal, it's gonna be hard. So like if you were to try to make Nightmare Unicorn right now, same thing would happen. It would just get negated. His only hope here is to be able to just have to go like super neg just to get out of the situation. And that would be to, like, right now link into some link 3 that can beat over the purple, and then try to resolve something that can get rid of the trap card. But then he would also have to deal with the simple fact that I still have the Indigo effect that I haven't used yet. So once the, you know, the purple Nightfall is gone, I can just simply, you know, use Indigo to slide back over. And now he does attack, and I don't opt to chain the purple Nightfall effect because I don't want him to be able to redeclare on a card like Indigo. Well, I guess it really wouldn't matter because it wouldn't even be able to be destroyed by battle anyway. So I guess arguably I could have done that, but I'm just such in a controlling position right now that it probably doesn't matter a whole lot, to be honest. And especially since he doesn't have a field spell to work with either, it's going to allow me to be able to play pretty much for free on my next turn here. So, however, he will try to set up one last play with, as you can see, there's the Brass Bombard being brought out on the field now. He's going to try and set up, I believe, a Borreload Savage Dragon play. Now, there is one thing with Borreload Savage Dragon, as we know, its effect on summon is to attach a link monster to it as an equip, so it can get those counters for those valuable negations. Now, he only has 2 places to summon this Borreload Savage Dragon. That is either in that left zone, that far left zone, or the one that it's in right now. Now, I don't know if he had the resources, perhaps, to be able to make a link monster like Galatea that could have pointed an arrow to that same column that Phantom Skyblaster's in, so he would be safe from Indigo. But unfortunately, I just don't think he had enough resources to do it. It just would take something like Twin Twister or a Raigeki here, some sort of mass removal that is not in the form of an extra deck monster, which is just a really neat situation to be in. Of course, a really good side deck, or just seeing any side deck cards like Twin Twister, or you know, just really any removal cards, whatever they may be, as far as back row is concerned, would just simply clear that problem and allow him to play. It's just, this is one of those niche, weird situations where you don't expect to be put in sort of this bad of a position, and you just sort of end up being put in that position anyways. I've been in this position plenty of times on stream where the problem itself doesn't seem too bad, but as time goes on, you're like, well, this is actually pretty bad. My extra monster zone is completely negated, and now I just have, you know, to completely, no say in what my opponent does here. I just have to sit by and sort of watch everything just unfold with nothing to say about it, rather. And then I go ahead and use the purple Nightfall here, and that's going to search me Blue Sky. And I believe at this point I slide over the Indigo to be able to summon the Blue Sky to get the double search. Now, I was a bit hesitant of doing this because I thought he'd be able to use the Orchestrion, but he just wasn't able to get to a field spell because he had to go for the Nightmare Phoenix first. Now, arguably could have gone for Galatea to try to trigger the World Legacy Secrets, but then he would just be in the same spot anyways, trying to go into a Phoenix. Which I guess at that point, I guess that would be the only way he could have outed it entirely. Maybe it just wasn't a play that he saw at the moment. Perhaps making a Galatea where his Orcustrion is, trying to bait out the World Legacy secrets, and then summoning a Nightmare Phoenix to that middle zone on the right side of Borreload Savage Dragon to be able to summon the Phoenix, to be able to, in that same column that Phantom Skyblaster was, to be able to pop the World Legacy secrets, and then he could have been in business. I just don't know if the resources were there, as Borrelsword comes out again here with 2 more Mekk Knights. I dropped his Orcustrion down to like a 500 attack with the Underclock Taker, and it's just going to be game right then and there. Now, this is one of those matchups I'd like to have a rematch with, because I really do like this matchup a lot. I feel like Orcust does have the ability to play out of that situation, and they can thrive when having to go second. It's just, it takes the right amount of resources, the right zone placing. It's like 3D chess, if you will. I don't even know if you call it 3D chess, but just Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess. That's why I like Mekk Knights so much. And same thing with playing Orcust and all the zone alignments. It's just such an interesting, sort of complex matchup. I don't know. Maybe I'm blowing it too far out of proportion, but either way, this was a fun match to play and record and commentate over. And hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, if you guys want to see me play this pure Mekk Knight deck, I'd highly recommend checking out my last stream, which, if I remember, I'll put it in the description of this video for you guys to check out, or leave a comment. That'll be pinned for you guys to check. So if you want to see me play this deck in depth, you can do so by checking my stream out to see just that happen. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to join Discord, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch, and check out Imperium Duelist as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's always Winter Kill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.